What's going on, folks? This is Dimitri back again. In this video, we're going to check out how to stay productive, man. I love this. And I wanted to actually share with you amazing how much things we can achieve when we put our hands into it and to put our minds into it. So as I was scrolling through YouTube, getting my moves for to do another video, I found out, hey, you know what? It's about time to do a productive video and production and all that. So that's why we're sharing it today. So got my notes, got my head straight, so let's go. So why and how you can stay productive, right? So why do I say why? Is because you need to determine what you want to achieve first, right? So to get somewhere, you need to understand where you go. So, and let's say on the job environment, on the project some sort, or whatever, in your basically daily routine, you need to understand why you're doing sort of thing, meaning that, if you want to get in shape for whatever reason, like, you want to get in shape, whatever, be an attractive human being, whatever, physically, so to speak, and then you want to be in the position that you want to be, fit, looking good, all that good stuff, or in the project or whatever, in the job, so sort of in the business kind of world, you want to be achieving better things and things like that. Obviously, we don't need to go into extremes, so to speak, in the sense that, like, all work, all that non-stop at 110%, but balancing things out, but still be an active and a productive person. And that's where we come in with our workflow and with the things that we were going to talk about today. So jumping right into it, that's what I wrote in. So first of all, you want to determine what you wanted to do, or why actually determining what you are trying to achieve, right? So depending on the things, depending on the project, depending on the certain situation, you can determine, like, how it's going to play out, so to speak. So let's say you want to get ahead on some project, so that's where you're to determine, right? So now you got to get started somewhere, right? So that's where you start determining what you're going to do, right? So that's basically kind of like a supplement quote there, as you need to understand the first step, right? So what are we going, where are we going, right? So as you put in things in GPS, you need to understand where you're going. So that's where you put it in, so to put it in the map, because otherwise, if you put in somewhere, you're gonna hit it every time because you don't know where you're going, because all that. So put thing on the map, as you need to determine where you're going. So right, so you need to get, like, getting more revenue, getting more projects, getting more profit, whatever, getting fit, like, being whatever. So you need to start somewhere, aka also known to determine where you're going, right? So that's first. I think it's first and foremost. You sit down, you determine and analyze it, right? And that's where you go, right? You analyze the situation as a step 2, right? So you need to determine how to get there, right? So sort of things you need to get straightened out, like, hey, this is a milestone for something, because as I talk about productivity and things like that, there are multiple videos, motivational videos I was thinking about, or sort of like encouraging videos. I think this one is more like everything is in place, but more practical, right? So, and that's where we're getting into that's where we are right now, analyzing stuff. A lot of people, and I mean a lot of people analyzing, and it gets paralyzed by analysis. So analyzing by paralyzing, or paralyzing by analyzing, so don't get stuck there, right? So as hey, I need this, how do we get it? That's where you're analyzing, because it don't need to be, all the way, depending on the project, obviously, but all like 100,000 pages of something what needs to be done, or like analyzing stuff, you don't need to do that. Like, I mean, obviously, well, depending on the project, but some things you can do without 100 pages of analysis there. But what I mean by analysis is that what are you, like, basic big milestones gonna be as you achieve this thing, right? So that's basically it. And then you break down more. So what I mean by that is that it kind of grades down as make it achievable. What I mean by that, you break it down to few tasks, like for each milestone. Let's say you got 3 milestones for whatever, and for the project or whatever reason, you break it down to a point where you can consistently do it, right? So depending obviously on the project, how much time is gonna take, and that's the keyword, time, where you gonna implement and take it, put it aside, so to speak, to do certain things, right? So for a specific project, you might want to assign some whatever amount of hours that you need, and then obviously work it through, but obviously do it. You know, it's not just basically not just, you know, putting it aside and make it, you know, make it plan and don't do it. The key is that you plan it and implement it. And I put a really big apostrophe here, like on my notes here, implement it, with the all capital, you know, exclamation marks and everything. To analyze it, so determine, analyze it, you know, roughly, quickly, break it down, and then you break it down more, make it achievable, practical, right? And then implement it. That's, man, gosh, I tell you guys, I mean, it's not venting out, but a lot of people, and I mean, I talk with a lot of folk, man, and a lot of people just talking and like saying, hey man, it's great, you're doing great, whatever. I mean, it's obviously a compliment and stuff. I wish I would be doing this, whatever. And man, I love it with all my heart, but bro, I mean, I love it, but at the same time, implementation, or like, you know, if you're serious about this, you can do it. I mean, I know there are multiple and hundreds and hundreds of different financial situations and just everything, just different everything. But again, I don't want to like compare myself to other people, but still, the guy in my situation, like, if all things considering, man, things can be much more different if I wouldn't be sticking to the things that needs to be done or whatever. If we put the plans into motion that we do, obviously it needs to be balanced with the things, but all things considering, you can implement it, you know. And the funny part is that it's just hard to sticking with it, because personally, and just, you know, as a kind of like tell you guys, so the sort of secret, basically, I basically sometimes you get lazy, right? So, and that's where the key, that the hard part is that, you know, being accountable, and that's where I wanted to implement and emphasize that, because as we got into the position where, you know, like, good, you know, you got to determine, you got to analyze, broke it down. Okay, so it's achievable, you know, it's achievable. So let's say every 2 hours, every like whatever, Monday, Friday, whatever hour, right, 3 hours a day, you go into a gym, you hit this, right? So, and then but at the same time, every Wednesday, or let's say a Wednesday, right, every Wednesday not every Wednesday you feel, you know, all hyped up and pumped up and all that. So, you know, you're feeling lazy or be feeling lazy. Let's talk about me, right? So I'm feeling lazy and I don't want to go, right? And man, this the moment where you have a person in your life that can come to you and say, yo bro, you gotta bring yourself or whatever you have there to the gym and do it, and not wish-wash it or anything, but actually go and determine and do it. So that's what I'm saying to you guys. So you gotta stick with accountability, you gotta stick with the person who can do, or like find a friend, find a person, whoever, like close to you, or for whatever reason, right? Just tell them, hey bro, or whatever, hey, I want to be accountable, I want to be a person, like I want to be can you be my, like, be that gym bro, whatever, that, so to speak, you know, be a mentor, or for whatever reason, you know, if you need that person. And I highly encourage you to find somebody, if you have this situation like so I just like, hey man, I'm dead today, but at the same time, man, you know, you gotta come, and then you gotta stick with the plan, stick with the plan. So it's just majority of the time is, and I was noticing it with myself as well, I basically forget it, or like I don't want to, like I at some point I stop it because I feel down, whatever, getting lazy or whatever, and I completely forget about it. And at the same time, obviously next day comes, I already planned something else, and then I need to stick with it. So you do the best you can, and then basically next day, you know what, whatever. So, and that's basically, since you already got into that position, you don't even go there. However, don't tell you, like, don't discourage yourself. Do not like, hey, I'm like, you know, it's I'm done this, you know, it's okay, so I'm not gonna do this anymore or whatever. So it depending obviously how important it is, but do not condemn yourself or say, oh man, I'm worthless, whatever, I cannot stick with the plan. Man, it's not gonna get you anywhere. And since, like, you know, it's we also implement in this channel Christian framework on things. Man, it's not gonna get you anywhere, definitely. I tell you that much. You know, just take it as is. It's not gonna get you there. It's not gonna get you anywhere. So that's why I'm telling you, don't just, you know, it happens. You know, we're all human beings. We're all, for whatever reason, we just fall short for whatever reason. You know what? Just get up, keep going, and don't forget it. Cause like me personally, man, I just forget it, bro. Like, I stick with the plan, and then I wanted to do something, and then I forget about it, and man, whew, and then that's it. All goes to whatever. So anyway, so that's my take on how to be more productive, and yeah, that's pretty much me. So the end, so to speak. So thank you guys again for watching. My name is Dmitry. I am out. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this, and yeah, see you guys next time. Bye bye.